Beneath this forsaken crater lurks a $1.5 trillion bounty of a rare metal the globe craves, and it blindsided nearly everyone. To the casual eye, this spot screams oblivion, just another barren sweep of desert straddling the Nevada-Oregon line. But oh, how illusions shatter. Eons ago, 16.4 million years back, this was the epicenter of one of Earth's most ferocious volcanic tantrums, a supervolcano unleashing hell that scarred the continent forever. It gouged a colossal wound in the land, concealing a treasure unlocked only in our era: lithium, the spark fueling EVs, gadgets, and the green energy surge. Buried under the cinders of that ancient behemoth, more of it pulses here than anywhere on the planet, estimates soaring from 20 to 40 million metric tons, potentially eclipsing 120 million in extractable riches. For America, it's a seismic shift, a shot at ditching overseas chains and seizing energy's throne. For rivals abroad, a looming shadow. For guardians of the earth and indigenous souls, a brewing apocalypse. So, how did a primeval cataclysm ignite today's resource showdown? And what scars will unearthing this horde inflict? 17 million years ago, the serene desert floor was a powder keg. Deep under what's now the Nevada-Oregon frontier, magma seethed under unimaginable crush until it detonated with fury defying comprehension. This wasn't your garden variety volcano. It was a supervolcano, hurling thousands of cubic kilometers of ash across North America. Landscapes vanished under blankets of doom. Skies blackened like eternal night. The blast rewrote the map. As the magma vault drained, the overhead terrain imploded, birthing a sprawling crater dozens of kilometers wide. Lava surges, ash avalanches, and sediments sealed the gash over millennia, forging the McDermott caldera. To outsiders, it's a parched hollow, but entombed in those strata lay the seeds of a saga dormant until our prying eyes pierced it. Preceding the main blast, rhyolite lava domes had bubbled up around 19 million years ago, harbingers of the Yellowstone hotspot's westward march, a restless plume that since carved a fiery path eastward to today's geyser-spewing Yellowstone. Post-cataclysm, the McDermott caldera hushed to a whisper. For eons, no volcanic vibe stirred, no bubbling magma, no choking fumes, no quake hordes. Geologically, it was pronounced extinct. As the crust inched east, the Yellowstone hotspot ditched McDermott, etching fresher calderas across Idaho and Wyoming, culminating in Yellowstone's steamy spectacle. McDermott, it morphed into a dozing titan, a weathered basin melting into the sagebrush sea. Yet while the surface slumbered, subterranean alchemy brewed something priceless. In recent years, geologists eyed McDermott not as a relic, but a riddle. Under the petrified ash and clay, they unearthed a marvel, strata brimming with lithium-laden claystone, preserved for ages. Unlike brine ponds or rocky ores, this was unique. The primordial eruption, fused with hydrothermal soups, crafted a perfect snare. Lithium leached from volcanic bones, pooling into clay seams like a cosmic sponge. The revelation stunned experts. Projections pegged 20 to 40 million tons, some ballooning to 120 million, Earth's crown jewel. At current valuations, a $1.5 to $4 trillion windfall, potent enough to electrify not millions, but hordes of EVs. And at this caldera's heart, one hotspot gleamed brightest: Thacker Pass. Nestled at the caldera's southern rim, Thacker Pass anchors America's lithium dreams. Surveys hint this lone vein could yield nearly 14 million tons of lithium carbonate equivalent among history's densest hauls. To harvest it, Lithium Americas ignited the Thacker Pass venture, an open-pit juggernaut poised to churn 60,000 tons of battery-grade lithium yearly, juicing over 1 million EVs annually. Titans like General Motors poured in $625 million, wagering on this dusty cradle to propel their fleets. The feds dubbed it a national gem for clean energy, aiming to slash foreign reliance. With construction humming in 2025, over 300 boots on the ground, and a potential $2.3 billion loan in flux. But this ain't easy pickings. Yanking lithium from clay demands ripping earth layers, pulverizing ore, and acid leaching with sulfuric venom. On-site acid factories, waste dumps, and guzzling water in North America's arid guts, all for glory. Backers hail it as evolution's toll. Detractors? They see Armageddon brewing. If Thacker Pass triumphs, it won't just charge batteries. It'll redraw America's energy map. Lithium's throne sits in South America, Australia, China. But McDermott's trove could catapult the U.S. ahead. Analysts value the cash at over $4 trillion. Unleashing it might spawn thousands of jobs in these forsaken outbacks, turbocharging battery hubs and EV booms. For DC, it's beyond bucks. It's fortress building. Homegrown lithium curbs foes' grip, arming us for green tech dominance. In essence, a faded volcanic blemish could underpin America's industrial rebirth. Yet, lithium's luster demands a steep sacrifice. Accessing those clays means mega open-pit gouging, flaying desert hides. The venture craves sulfuric acid baths, sparking dread of toxic leaks, land ruin, and poisoning pristine aquifers. Water's the killer twist, slurping billions of gallons in drought-ravaged wilds, where every drop sustains fragile life. Naysayers scream it'll mar an ecosystem clinging by threads, from sage-grouse havens to pronghorn trails. Beyond nature's plea, hearts bleed here too. For the Paiute, Shoshone, and Bannock peoples, Thacker Pass, Peehee Mu'huh in their tongue, is hallowed earth woven into ancestral tapestries. Oral lore and grim records etch it as a massacre ground. One in 1865, where soldiers slaughtered dozens. Another veiled in tribal memory, echoes of colonial brutality that still scar souls. Legal battles rage, protests erupt, encampments, clashes with badges, surveillance shadows cast by authorities, all decrying rushed nods and silenced voices. To some, progress. To others, a fresh verse in exploitation's dirge, where sacred soils and spirits yield to greed. For all its allure, the McDermott caldera might etch as one of U.S. mining's stormiest sagas. Core to it, open-pit savagery, excavating mile-wide voids, space-visible tattoos on the wild. Post-dig, the grind. Lithium's not in tidy veins or salty soups like chilies. It's meshed in gritty clays, demanding dirtier deeds. Enter sulfuric acid leaching, drenching pulverized earth in caustic brew to free the metal. Potent? Sure. Perilous? Absolutely. Slips could infiltrate soils, tainting lifeblood aquifers for generations. Nevada's thirst is legendary. Rivers fade, lakes evaporate, towns ration. This mine's projected water binge? Billions of gallons over decades, a gut punch to ecosystems where sagebrush whispers and antelope roam on the brink. But perils transcend terrain, they're etched in heritage. For native kin, Thacker Pass pulses with history's pain. 19th century slaughters staining the soil, ancestors' cries echoing in the wind. Activists and tribes rally, suits, sit-ins, viral showdowns spotlighting ignored pacts and human rights rifts. Lines are drawn, energy vows, employment hopes, autonomy on one flank, cultural obliteration, eco-collapse, corporate overreach on the other. Neither's fully flawed. The lithium could steer us from oil's chokehold, yet mining it might carve wounds that time can't mend. Thacker Pass transcends a pit. It's a crucible, testing if America can wed energy zeal to stewardship of soil, souls, and tomorrow. What say you? Risk for reward or too steep a price? Spill your heart in the comments.